What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you how I made my first Crackshot combat deviant. It's a Voodoo Doll, and I've had one Crackshot Zeno Purifier lower level. It had Cheer Up 1 on it, so I really wasn't too keen on duplicating that one. And I was kind of waiting until I got another Crackshot. Well, yesterday I was farming Silo Theta, and one of the Enchanted Void Pharaoh cats dropped, and it had Crackshot on it. So I had to do a lot more farming, got a lot more no-trade Enchanting Voids, had to set up myself in order to duplicate. Anyways, that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you the process, the trials, the tribulations, the successes and failures. Anyways, some people had requested this, so I thought I would put this together, put it out there for you. And real quick, just so you know what I got, it is this guy right here. Let me pull up his traits. Yes, he is a 5/5, and it is the Fluffy Curse with Crackshot, and Crackshot is fighting alongside grants weapon damage plus 5%. So pretty stoked, ready to take this guy out using. And before I get the video started, let me back out. People have been giving me a hard time, got me paranoid, and yes, I finally put doors and windows on my base, and they're locked, even though I keep my vending machines with all my deviant storage always off. Everybody kind of got me paranoid, so base is locked down. Just thought I'd mention that to everyone, so let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to do is try to duplicate Crackshot, and I need to do this at least one time to get 2 Crackshots to put onto a Voodoo Doll. I'm going to attempt to duplicate this twice, though, and you'll see why I do that. Anyways, the black cats, these no trait, these are going to be your fusion materials. And I'll show you real quick. Let me choose 2 of these white Pharaoh cats. If I throw another Pharaoh cat in the fusion material, you see how it doesn't raise that to 60%? Like if I throw another one, it doesn't affect Crackshot. But if I put one of these black no trait cats in, it goes to 60 to 70 to 80. So that's the reason why I had to do a lot of farming to get these no trait cats. And let me back out of this real quick. I'll show you one thing. These are all fusible. So before I attempt my first Crackshot duplication, I need to fuse these black no trait cats and get them to 0. So anyways, let me do that, and then I will check back in. Okay, I'm back. I've got all of my black no trait cats fused up. So I've got one that's fusible, and then I actually picked up another one. So let's count how many I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 non-fusibles. So hopefully the duplication process is successful. Let's go to the fusion pod, grab that Pharaoh Crackshot, throw another Pharaoh in, and then go to our fusion materials. And don't throw that one in. All these 0 fusible, throw that in. We've taken, by putting 3 in there, 80% Crackshot. So let's start this up and hopefully we get successful. Okay, we are all done, and unfortunately we did not get Crackshot duplicated, so we will have to continue farming Crackshot. And that just goes to show you that even though you can cap out at 80%, there's still a 20% chance that you will get nothing. Okay, since our first attempt at duplicating Crackshot failed, I'm going to bring out my first Crackshot deviant that I had, this Zeno Purifier, and we're going to take a second attempt at duplicating. And this one, if you see the reason why I was holding off, has Cheer Up 1 on it. Anyways, I'm going to basically do the same thing. I'm going to throw this guy in here with a no trait Zeno Purifier and add 3 purifiers in our fusion materials. That'll bring Cheer Up 1 to 80%, Crackshot up to 80%. Again, not happy about that. Okay, we are back, and we got Crackshot. Of course, it's got to be on the one that's got Cheer Up, but hey, I'll take it. If I had back-to-back duplication failures, I was going to quit the game for the day. All right, it's decision time. So I've got my 2 crack shots. I've got this Pharaoh Zeno Purifier. I've got this fusible crack shot for the future, kind of back to square one where I started. So I've got my 2 crack shots that I can get 100%. And I've got this 5/5 Voodoo Doll, which dropped in game a while back. So I lucked up on that. And I've got this 5/3, same thing, it dropped. So I could take these 2, put 2 crack shots in. I would get a Voodoo Doll. I just don't, it'd be up to the gods whether it's going to be 5/5. Or I can combine this 5/3 with a 5/5 shroom and try to get this guy a little bit higher. And I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So 5/3 Voodoo Doll, 5/5 mushroom, 3 non-fusible fusion materials, fluffy Voodoo Dolls. So we are at 80% chance of the Voodoo Doll, 20% chance of the mushroom. If it's the mushroom, we get nothing. If it's the Voodoo Doll, 100% of Fluffy Curse. Let's do it. So we're all done. 5/3. So no 5/5. We did, of course, have Fluffy Curse on there. Guess what, though? I have another 5/5 Gross Room with no trace, so let's repeat this. And here's our materials. Of course, the 5/3 Voodoo, 5/5 no trace room, and the 3 non-fusible Voodoo Dolls in the center, giving me an 80/20. Let's see what we get. All right, second time's a charm. 5/5 with Fluffy Curse. All right, the moment of truth. So I've got my 5/5 Fluffy Curse dolls in there. And then fusion materials, I've got my non-fusible crack shot Zeno Purifier with Cheer Up 1. That's going to throw my odds off, but got to do it. I've got my Pharaoh cat down here with the crack shot, non-fusible. And I've got just a Fluffy Curse Voodoo Doll, non-fusible. Let's look at the odds. Of course, I got a 100% chance of getting the Voodoo Doll. However, I've got a 75% Fluffy Curse chance because I've got that Cheer Up 1 in there. So I've got a 25% chance of that. However, 100% on the crack shot. So at least that's good. Okay, let's see what we got. 5/5. That's good. Let's look at the traits. Almost scared too. Fluffy Curse crack shot. That's amazing. Well, it took us a while to get there, but we finally got what we were after. And that's going to be a wrap for this video. I know it didn't seem that long, but with all the fusion, that took about 3 to 4 hours in real time, not counting the farming. So hopefully it was informative. I know it wasn't streamlined explanation, but it was real time, and it was decisions I sort of had to make on the fly. So start off with a kind of a game plan. Always remember that you can maximize your odds, but they're never guaranteed. So don't quit trying. Hang in there. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope to see you in the next one.